Hey YouTube, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing some work on my truck making ladder racks. I searched on the Google machine and could not find what I was looking for. I wanted ladder racks that would work with a tonneau cover but would also fold up when I'm not using them. There are a few options out there, but they're very expensive, or they're a little shaky and I don't feel safe using them. So I'm sure I can do a better job myself building what I want to build. So let me take you through and show you what I've done. We're in the bed of the truck that we're going to put the racks on, and one thing you need to check is if your truck is square in the front, and you'll see this one is not. It's not because this truck was in a wreck. It's not bent, it's just the way they're made. This particular truck is about 2 inches narrower at the back by the tailgate than it is up front. So we need to keep that in mind when we start putting our racks together. Another thing you want to think about is when you put your racks together, do you want them to go straight up and down at the front, or do you want them to angle in to match the side of the cab, so the angle of your racks is about the same as your cab? It'll look a little bit better if the racks angle in slightly, and you'll see most of the racks that you can buy pre-made do angle in slightly to follow the shape of the cab. We're going to grab our handy dandy digital angle finder and we're going to see what we have here. And it looks like got a little bit of a curve here, so I want to kind of split the difference. Looks like we're going to be somewhere around 75 degrees. And we're also going to check the angle at the front, so we know what we're working with up front. And it's not that much off of 90. We're at right about 89 degrees. So in this particular truck, we're just 1 degree off of 90. May not be anything to worry about, but just so we know what we're dealing with. Alright, so I'm ready to cut the first upright, and I want it to be not exactly sure just yet, but I'm gonna leave it long so I have more to work with later. I'm gonna cut it right about here, and remember we're at 75 degrees. Right out there, and I'll trim the top later. Alright, I got lucky and I was able to cut those tricky angles 75 degrees at the bottom of the uprights on the first try. Now, we're going to use angle iron on the sides of the bed rails, and this is going to sit in here like this. And getting a good weld in the corner here is going to be really tricky, so we're going to have to notch off the ends of both of the pieces of angle iron we're going to use for the side rails, so we can easily get to that pipe and get a better weld. Now you can probably get a better idea what I'm talking about. You know, once we get that cleaned up a little bit, we'll have better access to the bottom of that pipe, so we can get a better weld right here along this edge. I have the uprights welded onto the angle iron, and I have the angle iron clamped to the side of the truck. Set a bar at the top at about the height where I want the top of the rack to be, and I have those two pieces that are running long. They'll be trimmed off, just not sure how far yet. I'll wait until I get it together. And alright, this is what we're going to use to hold the racks to the truck. It's a stake pocket hold down, and if you're lucky, you'll have these little holes in the sides. This is just a piece of C-channel with some flat stock welded on the end and some nuts welded on the inside. Put that in here. I made some big washers here out of flat stock. Alright, now I need to figure out my pivot point for the bar that's going to swing back and forth to give me my support for the back of the rack. It's going to be 24 inches off the bed rail, so I have a framing square clamped up. And up here, this end, I want it to be about 8 inches high, so it'll clear the tonneau cover when it's rolled up. This block of wood is clamped here because I need my pivot point to be about 1 inch off the bed rail, so I have proper support underneath of it. To give you a better idea what's going to happen here is there's going to be an arm here supporting the cross rail in the back. There'll be a pivot point, and this is what it'll be like when it's stowed, and then it'll swing up and be supported in the back like that. Find your pivot point and your approximate length of your arm. You need to go to your two ends where you want it to be. So put a tape measure up here and a tape measure over here, and wherever the measurements are the same, that's where your pivot point is going to be. And it looks like we're about 51 inches. So now I have a rough idea. Let's get it a little more exact. I'm going to measure off of my back point on the framing square, come up and give myself a mark. At 51. And then I'll do the same thing from the front. And now I know my pivot point needs to be right in between those. Alright, I have everything finished and installed on the truck, and let me just show you real quick how it works. This is our pivot point, and this is the arm that goes to the back upright. There's the leg that supports the back, and we have the same on the other side. To go from the stowed position to open, take out this keeper pin to let the leg move. Flip it up and over, pin the back leg, and do the same on the other side. And now you're ready to start hauling the racks. These are plenty strong enough, and they don't rattle or shake around like some of the universal ones that you can buy. Let me give you a closer look. See right here, I have an angle brace to support the front so it doesn't shake. Some expanded metal to protect you in case your load comes loose. Here you can see the tonneau cover that's mounted just inside the bed rail. To open the cover and roll it up, you simply open your tailgate, and there's a lever right here. Hit the release lever and you can roll up your cover. And it's held in place with these little clamps right here that hold it to the bed rail. To close it up, close your tailgate, pull your cover back, and clip it down. And there you have it, ladder racks with a tonneau cover. Let me know what you think. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.